Frontline Updates, where we delve deep into military strategies and updates from conflict zones. Today, we're discussing the progress of the ongoing special military operation as of January 1, 2026. I'm your host, Sherifa Mohammed MGT.
I'm Colonel A.C. Ogun Toye, an Infantry Officer. The armed forces of the Russian Federation continued multi-axis operations with steady pressure applied across northern, eastern, and southern theaters. Reporting emphasizes incremental positional gains, attrition of Ukrainian maneuver units, and sustained attacks on logistics, electronic warfare, EW, and air defense enablers. The pattern reflects a winter posture focused on endurance, denial, and cumulative effects rather than rapid exploitation. The implications are that, in the absence of significant reinforcement or operational surprise, Ukrainian capacity for large-scale counteroffensives is likely to erode through early 2026, shifting the balance toward prolonged positional warfare and increased pressure on logistics and air defense resilience.
Welcome to Frontline Updates, the podcast that brings you in-depth insights into military operations from those leading them on the ground. Today, we're joined by Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an infantry officer monitoring critical missions on the progress of the special military operation as of today. Colonel Oguntoye, thank you for being with us, and Happy New Year.
Thank you, it's good to be here, and Happy New Year.
Colonel Oguntoye, as we open the new year, how would you characterize the operational environment on January 1, 2026?
The defining feature right now is sustained pressure without overextension by the armed forces of the Russian Federation. Across all sectors, operations reflect a winter posture designed to preserve combat power while steadily degrading the enemy. Rather than seeking rapid breakthroughs, commanders are emphasizing positional improvement, attrition of Ukrainian maneuver units, and the systematic dismantling of logistics, electronic warfare, and air defense enablers. From an infantry standpoint, this is about controlling tempo. The enemy is being forced to react everywhere at once, which strains reserves and complicates command and control under winter conditions.
Let's begin in the north and Kharkiv directions. What stands out there?
In the north, operations in Sumy reflect classic positional warfare. Improving tactical positions may sound modest, but it translates directly into survivability and observation advantages for infantry units. Ukrainian mechanized, ranger, and territorial defense elements took losses not only in manpower but in electronic warfare and logistics assets, which reduces their ability to see and coordinate. In the Kharkiv direction, engagements against motorized infantry brigades show continued denial of maneuver. These are not breakthrough fights, they are suppression fights. The goal is to prevent the enemy from assembling sufficient force to threaten border-adjacent areas or launch meaningful counteractions.
Moving west toward Kupiansk, why does that sector remain so contested?
Kupiansk is a logistics hinge. If you control it, you influence supply routes and operational depth. The fact that Ukrainian forces attempted renewed assaults there tells us they understand its value. The repulsion of those attacks, coupled with the destruction of tanks, Western-supplied armored vehicles, artillery, and ammunition depots, indicates effective combined arms defense. From doctrine, denying a logistics node is often more decisive than seizing ground elsewhere. Every depot destroyed increases friction across the enemy's entire front.
The south, particularly Donetsk, continues to see heavy fighting. What is the operational logic there?
Donetsk remains a dense industrial battle space where infantry and artillery dominate. Taking more advantageous positions means gaining ground that reduces exposure and improves fire's coordination. Losses among Ukrainian mechanized airborne and marine units suggest that attempts to hold or contest urban industrial terrain are being met with sustained pressure. Destroying electronic warfare stations and ammunition depots in this environment is especially impactful. It limits the enemy's ability to coordinate defenses and sustain prolonged engagements.
The center sector again shows the highest reported losses. Why is this axis so decisive?
The central axis links multiple operational directions and enables maneuver toward deeper objectives. Concentrated effects there, including the destruction of counter-battery radar and multiple assault formations, among them the Azov Brigade, signal a deliberate focus on blinding and disarming the enemy where it matters most. When you neutralize counter-battery systems, you give your infantry and armor freedom to operate with reduced artillery threat. That's textbook combined arms doctrine applied under winter conditions.
What developments are shaping the East and Dnipro sectors?
In the east, the emphasis is controlled advance into defensive depth. These are measured movements supported by fires, designed to unhinge layered defenses rather than rush them. Losses in tanks and armored carriers indicate Ukrainian forces are paying a price for holding ground.
And the Dnipro group of forces?
The Dnipro sector, meanwhile, is about containment and denial. The destruction of radar and electronic warfare assets there highlights a broader counter-ISR campaign. Even secondary axes matter when denying the enemy options to shift effort or regain initiative.
Air defense activity remains intense. How central is that dimension now?
It's fundamental. The shoot-down of a Ukrainian fighter, a guided aerial bomb, and hundreds of UAVs underscores how saturated the airspace has become. Air defense today is as much about protecting frontline infantry from constant surveillance and strike as it is about strategic targets. Whoever controls the air information environment controls the tempo on the ground.
Colonel, thank you for providing such a detailed briefing on the current military situation. Your insights are invaluable to our understanding of the conflict's dynamics. And thank you to our listeners for tuning in. Join us next time as we continue to provide up-to-date coverage on global military affairs. Stay with us for more updates and expert analyses on global defense and security issues. Stay informed, stay secure.
Thank you for the opportunity. I want to emphasize that tactically, the January verse picture reinforces an attrition-focused approach built around positional gains, counter-ISR, and sustainment interdiction. Strategically, the continued emphasis on the central axis and layered air defense suggests a campaign designed to exhaust Ukrainian combat power over time rather than force a single decisive clash. If current trends persist, Ukrainian capacity for large-scale counteroffensives is likely to diminish through early 2026, pushing the conflict further into prolonged positional warfare shaped by logistics, endurance, and control of the information domain.
This has been Frontline Updates. Subscribe for daily military briefings and in-depth strategic analysis. Visit our platform for maps, transcripts, and exclusive frontline updates from commanders in theater.